Here we are live on the pedestrian bridge over Lady Bird Lake. Charles Pruitt just gifted a performance to folks on their afternoon walks. It's a Friday, late afternoon, and Charles and I performed last night in another kind of world. It was a nursing home in East Austin, and I was describing...
It was on Real Street, wasn't it?
Yeah. What we like to do with Strings Attached Cares is bring music to the folks that can't get out to do it. And this place that we visited, like I said, it's like a different world. We walked in there, the doors were locked. When I first got in, I noticed that the workers were extremely focused and they didn't even notice us coming in. And for a minute, my mind thought, oh, was this such a good idea? There's food all over the place.
Yeah.
It was kind of messy. But I pushed through and I said, no, let's just go ahead and see this through at this nursing home. I know that the folks here, or I have a feeling that the folks here would really appreciate some acoustic music. It was just a cello and a violin. So we set up at the other end of the room and we had an experience playing for mainly folks, probably Alzheimer's patients, right?
Probably, yeah.
What are some thoughts about this? And you feel like it's good work to do this, to go out?
It was.
And do this,
it really. That one was a particularly. It hit home. I like the way you kind of thought of it in the terms that you could be in the situation yourself one day. Or I kind of comment. You know, I wasn't not taking the place seriously, but you know, it's a lockdown place, so I thought it's a good thing if we can get out of here, right?
Yeah, I know. And I think the workers there, the nurses, appreciated hearing that music. We had about 4 or 5 folks in wheelchairs that came up. An elderly man came up first and seemed very taken and absorbed with the music we were playing.
Yeah.
And at one point he goes, "Do you guys know any jazz? Or can you play jazz?"
He asked the right guy, because.
So then I thought, and this is what's great about doing these performances in real time with real musicians. I mean, we've heard and we know the research about with memory care patients when they put iPods or iPhones with earbuds, and it basically turns these people on. It literally turns on their brains and they start remembering things.
Music has a way to people that words can't. Literally,
right.
Yeah,
so
they go straight to you. Everyone could understand it.
The sound vibrations. It's the instant solve for the soul, for the brain. The brain starts working better. Things start working in sync.
Flowing.
Yeah, and so here we are, 2 live musicians, not an iPod.
Right.
Live musicians.
Exactly.
We're able to, in real time, take what we're seeing and kind of work with it and kind of change the repertoire to fit the patient or the listener, like you would do in any performance, like if you were a jazz musician.
We have to play by ear. Yeah. So
what did I do?
So you played. We did. One of them was Amazing Grace. They were actually singing along with us.
We asked them, hey, sing the last verse with us.
And then we did a fiddle tune. And I just.
Then we made something up, and you followed me.
That's right, exactly. And then we did closed with On the Sunny Side of the Street. Few classical pieces that were thrown in, but by and large it was mostly improvised.
Right.
And that's what was fun about it, was because you and I were both alive, and they were seemingly more alive as the music was more alive.
Yeah, and I think that it's a beautiful practice to push through your discomfort, your being out of your comfort zone as a musician. And I would encourage those of you that aren't musicians to volunteer, to give back. You know, not only it's not just musicians that can bring in joy and something from the outside. We were literally bringing something from the outside that maybe they don't hear enough, and it was kind of this freshness. It was like, you know, everybody likes, seeing a new movie or going on a trip and seeing new places. Well, if you're locked up in a nursing home, everything becomes the same. You know, it's like being in prison almost, in a way.
Yeah, in a different sort of, like to use a metaphor.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we could, you know, if you're watching this, you know, 5 or 10 years from now, and or just today, and you want to give some money so that you can help us do more of this work, we'd love to do it. I mean, we just did this one time. I would love to go once a week or more and bring really vibrant musicians that can read the audience, can read the people that need that healing. They're not just going to sit there and close their eyes and play to the ground. You know, we're going to interact with the folks that are there. Where we take our healing power of music.
It's an interactive performance.
Right.
And being engaged with the audience is important with the music as it is with acknowledging one another. We actually had people talking to us while we were there playing, and they were enjoying it.
So check out Charles at the Austin Symphony.
Yeah.
And his solo at charlespruitt.com. He's got solo Charles.
Prewitt.
And stringsattachedcares.org is where you can make a donation, and you can see a video of all the kinds of work that we do with schools, people in memory care centers. So we work with the young and the old, and in between, anybody that needs the healing, uplifting power of not just music, but musicians that care. That's what we call it, stringsattachedcares.org.
That's right.
So check it out. Thanks to Charles for playing here on the bridge. Great work.
Loved it.
See you guys out there.
Enjoyed it.
Bye.